Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to Unova Classic Battle. So, I heard about it, and I was aware it was a thing that happened, but I didn't know it was triple battle, so enjoy. That's really all I have to say about it, but at least when it comes to Fan Fridays, triple battles are pretty fun and have really rarely disappointed. So that is something I haven't been keeping up with the online battle competitions, so let's see how this opens up with the opponents. Already questionable team, and there we go. So Snorlax in the center, we got Ambi. Oh, yo, that's double fake out. This could get pretty fancy, boys. And actually, yeah, like when you think about it, I don't think there's much to worry about. You know, you shut down the Zapdos, that's going to be the Tailwind. And Ambipom is going to normal gym the fake out and get a little bit extra damage onto the Venusaur, and Feraligatr sets up the Sword Dance. So that's how you play it perfectly, identifying which Pokemon need to be shut down, and that's going to give Snorlax a free turn to Belly Drum. That was a Dream Ball Snorlax. That means it's got hidden ability. So Gluttony is going to come in on top of all of its Belly Drum shenanigans. Oh, or not? What's happening here? So that's going to be leftovers on the Zapdos, Black Sludge on the Venusaur. Oh yeah, there it is. That is going to be the CUSTAP Berry on the Snorlax after that Gluttony Belly Drum proc into the... Oh my. Gardevoir has telepathy. Oh no, this is going to be an explosion. Triple wipe shenanigans. Is the Belly Drum even necessary at that point? So much damage. Telepathy on the Gardevoir, Ghost type Pokemon on the Chandelure, and all of a sudden, free 1 for 3 right there off of the insane CUSTAP Gluttony self-destruct explode. Like it's just going to destroy everything, guys. So there we go, and the opponent didn't stand a chance. Also, I guess you fake out the setup, you fake out the Focus Sash Pokemon, and then you just win. Oh, and it feels so great. Shiny Landorus to shut down a cheater like this guy. So now we're going into the Dragonite, and Gardevoir being on the side isn't the greatest thing, but I guess it can do some damage with a Hyper Voice. Going into Ambipom, that's fake out. You fake out Dragonite, you shut down the multi-scale, and then it doesn't really matter after that. Volcarona does have to set up, and then you just do damage and win. So this is going to be fun to watch it play out. You're just stopping the opponent. I've been saying way too much. I'm trying to make sense of all this. You know, once you go into a 5v3, the world is your oyster, man. You get to do whatever you want at that point. So Chandelure has Hidden Power Ice. Get wrecked, Landorus. And that's a one-shot. So I guess Scarf Chandelure. Either way, that means Dragonite is dead next turn. That's going to be a Bug Buzz on the Gardevoir. Does a solid hit, but it's not going to be enough. And then the Psyshock going to trade some damage back into the Volcarona. That's a big hit. And there is the Citrus Berry. So no Quiver Dance that we saw. And the Dragonite pretty much going to be shut down right now. Ambipom switching out, going into the Weavile. Weavile can help deal with the Volcarona. And then I guess we just take out the Dragonite, and the battle is going to be over. Like, that's what happens. After you go into the self-destruct, like, the opponent has no options left. Dragonite gets dropped down. Nothing to come in. Just last Pokemon on the field remaining. And now we have the Volcarona with the Heat Wave. Heat Wave is going to be big. Yeah, that's going to hit Gardevoir and Weavile. Weavile will drop to that. So switching out Ambipom, really not the worst thing, depending on what it is. If it's Fake Out Last Resort, we're good. But you have to switch it out because it did get intimidated by the Landorus, so that's free right there. Bringing in Serperior, it can do whatever. If it is Focus Sash, it'll be able to survive a lot better. Ambipom already blew the normal gym, but that's going to be Fake Out right there on the Volcarona. Takes the hit. Chandelure with Hidden Power, doesn't get to touch anything, and then the Dragon Pulse from the Serperior. Will that be enough damage? Serperior doesn't have a lot, and Volcarona will survive even after the Life Orb. And flinch because Fake Out. Chandelure doesn't do anything. Ambipom, wow, that's... Fake Out normal gym into Covet. I love it. Ooh, what if it has Last Resort after that? You know, Fake Out, Covet, Last Resort, GG. Let's go into the next battle. I am excited for this. It must have dominated on the Unova Classic because we have several submissions. And here we go. So it's going to be the same thing. There was like 5 submissions. We'll do 1 or 2 more for this Fan Fridays, but it does show some success. I want to know the tournament placement in the end. And is just gonna clean up. So I love the idea of just like the fake out into shutdown, and then we watch Snorlax go and blow everything up. So Politoed's gonna try to get that Swift Swim shenanigans going on into the Kingdra. I guess that means Aerodactyl doesn't need the Tailwind, but it might be trying to Skydrop, so it is worth shutting down. Politoed doesn't seem like as much of a threat, but you would have to try to focus the Kingdra at some point, so we're going to see where this goes. Wow, really? That much Protect? Weavile's going to fake out, that's going to hit that, and then Ambipom with a fake out. Good! Targeting the Aerodactyl is what you want. So Aerodactyl's going to be shut down. And now the opponent just kind of gave up a free turn, which means Snorlax belly drums once again. I wonder what can actually survive a self-destruct from a max attack Snorlax. Not Aerodactyl, even though it's a raw type. I want to know the resistance threshold of those shenanigans. You switch Weavile, and then because of the CUSTAP berry, you move first, which means it's so free. Every time I watch it, it just gets more and more free because Gardevoir and Chandelure come in without any worry to taking damage because Snorlax is moving fast off of that. Helping Hand doesn't matter because Swift Swim doesn't matter when you're going against the CUSTAP berry, and that's going to be the self-destruct, and the opponent just could not stop it. He also went for the Protect on the first turns, so GG. And now it's a 5v3 once again. All you have to do is just focus down. Once the opponent loses one Pokemon, it's going to be a 2v3 for a very long time. I don't really know how you can come back from that momentum loss. Really, what stops it too? Because like a faster fake out than Weavile or Ambipom, it's hard to come by. Ghost type Pokemon, but then you're still at least getting like a 1 for 2. Unless they're running 2 Ghost type Pokemon, in which case you have Weavile to just knock off and like slaughter them. So I'd imagine that Snorlax has ways to play around the ghosts as well. And him on top going to show that Intimidate. Bisharp might be hard to deal with, especially with the Gardevoir on the field. Chandelure needs to be in a better position. So Chandelure's going to switch out, and then that means we're going to go into the Weavile. Weavile, well, that's going to be the Hydreigon being threatened right there. Him on top does also provide some threat, so that's going to be Protect on Hydreigon. That means we know it's not Scarf, which means Weavile is going to get the outspeed. Ambipom with the fake out onto the Bisharp. Probably Defiant then. And then fake out from him on top, going to hit Gardevoir. So this turn kind of washes out. Gardevoir is going to flinch. That's going to be a flinch on Bisharp. People just kind of switch it around. Protect on Bisharp. Doesn't want to make the move onto Gardevoir, which could be risky. Weavile with the Icicle Crash is going to outspeed, and Icicle Crash landed, so I'm guessing that's a one-shot. Whoa! How did that not KO? That's so much damage. Okay, so Dark Pulse going to hit Ambipom. Big damage, but not going to be enough. Gardevoir with the Psyshock. Yeah, I think he was worried about the Bisharp a little too much, but that's a Psychic hit onto a Fighting-type Pokemon. And again, 2v3 for a very long time. You could Ice Shard, you could do whatever, and then Hydreigon goes down immediately. So dealing with the Bisharp is going to be the big one right now. Sucker Punch onto Gardevoir. That's a hit. Wow, okay. So even in the neutral, going to be big. Weavile with the low kick. That's going to be that right there. And Ambipom, Power Up Punch. Okay, so I'm guessing no last resort, but Power Up Punch, Covet, all kinds of good stuff, even being able to deal with the Bisharp right now. Chandelure comes in, which means Heat Wave. Oh, the opponent just forfeits. Well, if the opponent forfeits like that, let's go into the last, well, not the last battle, but one more battle. Just kind of see what kind of craziness this strategy stumbles into for the Unova Classic. Ooh, this could be a fun damage check, guys. We have 2 Steel-type Pokemon. We have the Heatran. If it's enough to wipe the Heatran, then I don't really think I need to run the damage calculations. I can rest easy knowing how this strategy ends up playing out. So there we go, boys. And now Ambipom gets to fake out things. Fake out to stop Hitmontop's fake out. Weavile to, I think Heatran, is it the bigger threat? Like, you have to figure out who's going for the setup. I guess not really caring about the Heatran too much. The worst it might do is a Toxic, I guess. And it could take out the Weavile because it's fire, but I mean, you give up the Weavile, and then you just have Snorlax win it. Hitmontop with the eject button, so I guess it's supposed to fake out, take a hit, come back, and fake out, but that's not going to work when you are getting faked out yourself. And now a Landorus comes in. Landorus' Intimidate does not matter because Belly Drum is a beautiful thing, gives you a plus 12. So Heatran throws out the Heat Wave, wants to try to do something to the Weavile. Weavile will go down to the Heatran's Heat Wave. Stab, super effective, even on the split damage. Not going to be enough for the frail Weavile, but Belly Drum happens anyway, and it's still free. Switching in a Pokemon doesn't matter. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter. Bringing out Chandelure just to have him on that side, playing it safe. There's the CUSTAP Berry. Ambipom, I'm guessing, switches out, bringing in Gardevoir right now, and then the explosion that they cannot, well, self-destruct that they cannot stop. What is Scizor going to try to do? Faint. Good read, Scizor. Snorlax is at least tanky enough to be fine. Even after the Heat Wave and the Faint, not bad. And doesn't affect Chandelure, doesn't affect Gardevoir, but the opponent is going to get smashed. Everything goes down, Snorlax faints, and it is still a 4v3. And like I said, even if you go 1-for-1 on this turn, it's a 2v3, and then you can snowball it. So priority, focusing down, stuff like that. We're good. It's all good, boys. It's all good. And Chandelure's Shadow Ball doesn't hit anything, I guess, just in case Heatran survived. I mean, it was already on the field, so even a Pokemon going down helps for backup and stuff. So now that's Thundurus, that's Ludicolo, and Hitmontop. So Hitmontop, it gets the Intimidate, it gets the Fake Out, I guess, but you Fake Out Thundurus? I feel like that'd be bigger. And then Gardevoir can throw down the Psychic or the Size Shock, and then Chandelure Shadow Balls, and then stuff happens. So Fake Out onto the Thundurus. Don't want to worry about Taunt, Thunder Wave, weirdness. That's going to be a Shadow Ball onto Ludicolo. Ludicolo, tanky enough. Thundurus flinches. Gardevoir with the Size Shock. It looks like Ambipom, or not Ambipom, Hitmontop, pretty ignored right there. Ludicolo with the Scald. That's going to hit Gardevoir, or not Gardevoir, Chandelure pretty hard, and it will be enough to KO. Critical hits. Dang. All right, so with how little damage the Ludicolo took from Shadow Ball, I'm wondering how tanky it was. That is a close combat. Ambipom getting shut down as well. Did not get the 2-for-1 this turn. Oh, so fighting from behind right now. The opponent gaining a lot of momentum. Yeah, that was actually pretty free right there. So now it's Superior to hold it down. Thundurus gets the swagger, but will choose Gardevoir. Gardevoir just needs a little bit of damage to take out the Thundurus, and Superior is in a really interesting position right now, because it's going to go for Leaf Storm. It's going to start the Snowball. Hits Ludicolo. Ludicolo will tank it up, but Superior gets the damage. I think you have to take out Hitmontop because it has close combat. That's high damage right there. Oh, Gardevoir sitting on Dazzling Gleam, though. Hitmontop, after losing defenses from the close combat, will be finished off. Thundurus overkill on that critical hit, and the momentum swing came back at least. That was good. Ludicolo with the Ice Beam. Superior's tanky. It doesn't care about that super effective hit too much. No crit to finish it off. And Superior with the Giga Drain, finishing off on Ludicolo for the damage. Ooh, I like that. Leaf Storm into Giga Drain. Not bad at all. And that will be another victory. So even if things go wrong, even if the opponent comes back pretty hard, still makes it work on the team. Cool stuff. And I like the Superior at the end. I really like that to kind of finish off an opponent. I don't even know what to say. Normally I use the end of the battle for a post-review, but we got to see the strategy 3 times, so you pretty much figured out how it responds to a lot of everything. So guys, enjoyed Fan Fridays this week. Let's move this one to the last Fan Fridays, because it was that impressive. So if you guys want to be on Fan Fridays, please comment a battle code down below. I hope you guys enjoyed your Fan Fridays day. You guys have a great weekend, have a great week, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you very much for watching.